You know, there's a quiet kind of hunger that doesn't live in the stomach. It lives in the heart. It whispers late at night. It hums when you scroll through your phone, watching what others have. It leans close and says, more, not enough, never enough. Imagine a glass jar, clear, round. Inside, you drop your first coin. It makes a soft sound, a cling. At first, that one coin feels heavy. It feels like progress. You hold the jar, shake it, hear the promise of tomorrow. Then you drop in another and another. The jar grows heavier. The sound grows louder. Your heart feels lighter. But then, one day, you look at the jar and say, it's still not enough. Let me tell you about Clara. Clara worked in a quiet town. She had a small bakery, painted white, with the smell of warm bread flowing out each morning. People loved her bread. They loved the soft rolls, the golden crusts, the way butter melted in the middle. She made enough money to live, enough to smile, enough to breathe without fear. But one day, Clara walked past a big glass building in the city. Through the window, she saw another bakery, shiny, bright. Lines of people waiting, stacks of money in the register. That night, Clara couldn't sleep. Her heart whispered, your little shop isn't enough. So she baked more, worked longer, chased bigger. Her hands ached, her eyes burned, her laughter faded. But the voice didn't stop. Even when she had double, even when she had triple, it still whispered, not enough, never enough. That's the trap of chasing enough but never finding it. Because enough isn't a number. It isn't 10 coins. It isn't 100. It isn't even 1,000. Enough is a feeling. And if you don't guard it, the hunger eats you alive. Think of athletes. A runner wins silver at the Olympics. The world claps. The crowd cheers. But do you know who is often the most unhappy? Not the bronze winner, not the one who came third. It's the silver medalist. Because they think, I was so close to gold, so close to more. And now, this isn't enough. That's how the trap works. It makes you blind to what you already hold. It makes you compare jars instead of enjoying the sound of your own coins. Never enough is like fire. At first, it warms your hands. It pushes you to build, to grow, to dream. But left unchecked, it spreads. It burns through your peace. It turns joy into ash. It leaves you standing in a big house with empty eyes, whispering, why am I still not happy? Here's a secret. You don't need to keep running. You don't need to keep chasing. Sometimes the greatest power is stopping. Stopping to count what you already have. Stopping to feel the weight of your jar. Stopping to let your heart breathe. Take Leo. He wasn't rich. He wasn't poor. He was steady. He worked, saved a little, laughed a lot. He grew tomatoes in his backyard. He loved watching the red fruit ripen in the sun. One day, a neighbor asked, why don't you sell your land? Buy something bigger. Make more. Leo smiled. He touched the soil, the vines, the tomatoes, and said softly, this is enough. That night, he ate his tomatoes with salt and olive oil, and the taste was sweeter than gold. But why do we forget this? Why do we fall into the trap? Because everywhere, the world shows us bigger jars, shinier coins, faster cars, louder houses. We see them and our hearts begin to itch. We think, if they have more, then what I have must be less. But that's a lie. Your jar is your jar. Your coins are your coins. Your peace is your peace. There's a story about a river. The river flowed gently through a valley. It gave water to trees, to animals, to children. It was enough. But one day, the river looked at the sea. Vast, endless, mighty. The river sighed.
I wish I was the sea. And so it rushed. It forgot the valley. It forgot the trees. It forgot the children who played at its edge. It ran so fast toward the sea that it left everything behind. When it finally met the sea, it whispered, "Now I am big. Now I am endless." But the sea was already full, and the river realized it had lost the joy of being enough. So, here's the gentle warning. Money is a tool that buys time, a tool that buys peace. But money without enough becomes a trap with no exit, a ladder with no top. And you climb and climb until your hands bleed, until your heart breaks, until the sky disappears. The real treasure isn't in more. It's in knowing when to stop. It's in saying, this is enough. Enough to eat, enough to rest, enough to smile, enough to live. When you whisper that, the trap breaks, the hunger fades, the fire cools, and in its place, a soft peace grows. So, next time you feel the whisper of never enough, pause. Look at your jar. Shake it gently. Hear the coins sing. Then close your eyes, breathe, and remind yourself, enough isn't found tomorrow. Enough is chosen today. Because in the end, life is not about the biggest jar. It's about the moments between the coins, the bread shared with friends, the laughter under dim lights, the sweetness of tomatoes in summer. That's wealth. That's treasure. That's enough. And so, the whisper of never enough lingers. It is a quiet hunger, the kind that never fills. It hides in the shadow of success, it creeps into the corners of joy, and it makes even full hands feel empty. But here's the truth. You don't have to live inside that trap. You don't have to carry that restless ache. There are gentler paths, softer voices, wiser steps. Along the way, I've learned a few things. Not from numbers, not from charts, but from watching how life unfolds. From stories of bread and soil, from rivers and jars, from hearts that found peace in unexpected places. They are not rules. They are not laws. They are lessons. Simple, human, quiet. The kind you can carry in your pocket, like small stones that guide your steps. And tonight, I will share them with you. 10 lessons, 10 soft lights in the dark. Each one a reminder that wealth is not just about what you hold in your hand. It is about how you hold your heart. Lesson 1. Knowing when to stop. There comes a time when more is not better. When the next coin adds weight but not joy. When the next step up the ladder only makes you dizzy. We are told to always chase, always climb, always stretch. But wisdom whispers, stop. Not because you are weak, not because you are lazy, but because enough is already here. Enough bread to eat, enough warmth to rest, enough laughter to fill your evening. When you stop, you finally see what was hidden all along. The treasure in your hands, the peace in your pocket, the calm in your heart. Lesson 2. Choices are seeds. Every choice plants something. If you choose kindness, you plant peace. If you choose patience, you plant calm. If you choose anger, you plant thorns. Think about the last small choice you made. To smile at someone, to save a little money, to say thank you. That choice was a seed, and in time, it will grow. The soil of tomorrow is waiting for today's decisions. Every dollar saved, every word spoken, every pause before you act, all of it becomes fruit. What you hold tomorrow depends on what you plant today. Lesson 3. Comparison steals joy. When you look into another's jar, you forget the song of your own coins. Comparison whispers, theirs is bigger, theirs is brighter, theirs is better. And suddenly, what was enough yesterday feels empty today. It is poison wrapped in sugar. It tastes sweet at first, but it rots your peace from the inside. Your path is not their path. Your jar is not their jar. Your rhythm is not their rhythm. Stand still. Breathe. Look at what you have without measuring it against another. Gratitude is the antidote, and gratitude turns your little into more than enough. Lesson 6. Greed is a silent thief. Greed does not shout. It whispers. It tells you, just one more coin, just one more step, just one more day of work. At first, you believe it. At first, it feels harmless. But soon, the whisper becomes a chain. It pulls you from your rest. It blinds you to your joy. It steals the sweetness from what you already hold. Greed is not the hunger for bread. It is the hunger that never ends. And if you do not notice it, it will eat more than your money. It will eat your peace. Lesson 7. Notice the small things. We wait for big moments, big wins, big checks, big applause. But life hides its beauty in small things. The way sunlight falls on your floor, the way tea warms your hands, the way a bird sings on a quiet morning. These are coins too, not the kind you spend, but the kind you remember. Miss them and you miss the true wealth. The world is not poor of joy. We only forget to notice it. Lesson 8. Security is sweeter than luxury. Luxury is loud. It sparkles. It flashes. It draws eyes and envy. But security is quiet. It does not boast. It does not shine. It simply lets you sleep. The roof that does not leak. The door that locks at night. The meal you can count on. These are riches deeper than gold. Because luxury fades, but security holds. And the peace it gives is worth more than glitter. Lesson 9. Freedom is the true goal. What is wealth without freedom? The freedom to choose when to wake. The freedom to take a walk in the sun. The freedom to say no when you must. The freedom to rest without guilt. Money is not the goal. It is the tool. And the tool should build freedom, not chains. If your coins only buy you busier days, longer hours, and heavier loads, you are not rich, you are bound. But if your coins give you time, and choice, and breath, you have found the true treasure. Lesson 10. Giving is greater than keeping. In the end, all jars stay behind. Every coin, every note, every jewel. None of it follows you home. But giving walks on. A meal shared, a hand held, a gift given. These echo beyond your years. They ripple through lives you may never meet. The richest heart is the one that lets go. Because what you release grows. What you keep ends. And when you give, you discover a wealth that no thief, no storm, no time can take away.